he mentions that he addresses different religions in this, and these are men in India, and they're just about worshipped as gods.
The world's gone mad.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Build it up with sticks and stones, sticks and stones, sticks and stones. Build it up with sticks and stones, my fair lady.
Men have very different body types than women. Men have what you call an Adonis belt. That is that V shape coming off the love handles. And women's hips are very different. They're wider, built for childbearing. Oops, what's that I see? Here's from the Wayback File. Not much on top. Oh, quite a bit more there. Looky there. This is from 2020. Should I get a boob job at 52? Keto could not help me. Wow. You had quite a growth spurt there. My point being is just be very careful who you listen to, what you listen to. I just really don't like being lied to. That was a clip from a video I did a few months ago about humanity's double cross and veganism. And yes, I'm strongly opposed to veganism. It makes people malnourished. Today I'm going to touch a little more on keto salespeople, one in particular, Stephanie Keto PerSON is her YouTube channel, I believe. But I am equal opportunity when it comes to phony people. Now here is Freely the Banana Girl, and she is a fruitarian, I guess, and she admits to having breast augmentation. But I really don't like getting lied to. I mean, it looks like I don't mean to be crass about it, but it looks like she either fell out or forgot to tuck, okay? And this is from her video, and it's just, I just don't like being lied to. Okay, here's Stephanie Keto PerSON, and yes, she's a salesperson, and I would suggest she's very dishonest about this boob job business. She brags constantly about, what great health she has at 52 here. And you know what? I was healthy too into my 50s, and things went wrong. I was healthy until I wasn't anymore. And I got interested in, the diet nutrition thing as a means to help me recover from illness. And I'm claiming fair use. I will play a clip because she rambles on without giving good information. And the video that she gets into is, why is my thyroid freaking out? And that's what I will play a clip from because she is selling things without giving good information. I claim fair use in this, just, to raise people awareness, who they're listening to. Um, she had a couple thousand views on it, and it's like buyer beware. There's, if you pause it, you could read these, that there's just a lot of hero worship when there's really crummy information. Carnivore yogi here on the bottom, more knowledge bombs. Woohoo! Well, it's ravings of a mad woman, in my opinion. And I just want to point out one other comment, and this is kind of why I want to do the video. It really, it's like a righteous anger going on. Okay, and this is from Ernest John. Hi, Stephanie. This is a person with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and that is an autoimmune dysfunction where the thyroid is not working. And they, pause it again, they have trouble with glucose, and talks about their ketones and weight changes and all of that. And here's Stephanie, keto person's response: there just doesn't enough background information to truly say for the moment. This is not saying anything. This person needs medical attention. Hashimoto's can make your life completely miserable. Please, people, be careful who you listen to. Um, just a couple other things I want to point out. Now, on a person's hands, they call it the digit ratio. For a male, the ring finger is longer than the index finger. I don't know what the percentage is. It's like 99%. And another thing I want to picture out, or, point out, is this picture in the background. I mean, it looks sort of like a Shiva, who is the Hindu god of destruction. That's, it just puts my radar on high gear. There's a little bit closer, and, and there's the ALK 666 hand sign with this Cheshire looking cat in the background with needle teeth. You know, I don't know. I don't mean to be unkind about people, but it puts my radar up. And this is not the neck of a female. If you get my drift, there's a little pointy thing coming out. And I followed her link, and she has lots of expensive things to sell. And it's all keto based. And again, I am all for keto. It helped me get rid of, or, have a handle on diabetes. I quit the diabetes drug, okay? This isn't the point of my video, but it's just in all camps. And before I leave, I just want to point out the importance of good, solid medical care. Here is the essentials for a thyroid workup. She just says get a thyroid panel, find out about your sex hormones. And she talks about a sluggish liver, and this is connected to the other thing. But she never gives you this information. And also, I will include this slide of when you do get a thyroid workup, there also need to absolutely positively look at your pituitary gland. And part of the clip I'll play, she drops the name IGF-1 in regard to dairy products, but IGF-1 is very important to human health. Okay, so I'll stop being so excited, play a couple clips, and have a good day, everybody. And oh yeah, I will provide a link to a video I had made in regard to getting a good workup for thyroid disorders. So it might be helpful to people.
The hormone injections, the friggin' meat itself, all of this stuff having IGF-1 factor, all of this stuff makes you estrogenic, unfortunately, especially with the dairy. Yeah, lie, because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. With the body, I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says. Issue with too much estradiol, and obviously with men they start to develop dihydrotestosterone, and it's a mess to see men with estrogen dominance and too much DHT. Hair is balding, they can't freaking make muscle, they can't get rid of that tire around the waist, and women have the cellulite, they have the thyroid, the polycystic ovarian syndrome, and both male and female have a thyroid issue. And so stress and poor sleep exacerbates the situation, because you need sleep, right, to be able to have the body begin to, the endocrine system being able to rebalance itself, right? Let's balance our three estrogens, progesterone, testosterone. Let's get that cortisol in check. Let's get those adrenal systems in check from getting that stress down. And then we have the quality of your food. And then we have a blood sugar dysregulation. So if you're fasting, which I cannot stand, and you keep crashing, and then you keep going into gluconeogenesis, you're going to start to be more estrogen dominant, and then thus affecting that thyroid. That's not estrogen dominant, but also adrenal insufficiency. So it's a hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis. And then we have the bogged down liver that's become bogged down through estrogen dominance. And because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. With the body, I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says. And the thyroid, the T3 production, either the protein globulin is robbing all the T3, and you take a blood test and it comes back normal, or it's not getting into the cell and you're still seeing normal blood values, or you're actually starting to see the effects of heightened TPO antibodies, where the thyroid is just literally starting to become attacked, or you're not getting enough iodine into the thyroid, and you start to see goiters or nodules start to appear on the thyroid itself. The symptoms that people see are like hair loss and dry skin, and they're tired and they can't lose the weight no matter how many times they try to do the stupid fasting. They plateau and they start hemorrhaging muscle, and then they start to lose their period or start to have estrogen dominant symptoms. Because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. With the body, I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says. Then that T3 production can go down, and then you start to see that you lose weight on a scale, but you're flabby, you can't gain muscle, you have a hard time to get rid of that fat, but you weigh less on a scale, and that's so subjective. So how do you deal with it? Well, you've got to poop, right? You got to get that estrogen out. You've got to poop, right? You got to get that, you've got to poop, right? You got to get that. How do you deal with it? Well, you've got to poop, right? You got to get that estrogen out. You've got to get to, now this, being estrogen dominant, the estrogen can make your liver function go down, right? Can agitate the liver, infect the liver, especially that combined with not sleeping well and poor lifestyle. And that liver is going to be connected to your kidneys and then also to your gallbladder. So a lot of people develop sludge or stones when they're estrogen dominant. Well, how do we become estrogen dominant? Well, a lot of people develop dysbiosis of the gut or the thyroid problem, and now they can't poop, so they can't eliminate that. Because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. With the body, I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says. Before, get a full thyroid panel done. Get one done a few times every 6 weeks to get at least 3 different full thyroid panels. Check to see if your hair is thinning or falling out. Check to see if you're estrogen dominant, or if you have to understanding what's going on with the body. I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says. Learn before. Get a full thyroid panel done. Get one done a few times every 6 weeks to get at least 3 different full thyroid panels. Check to see if your hair is thick, because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. Out. Check to see if you're estrogen dominant, or if you have cycles with your menstrual cycle. With the body, I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says. With the body, I'm not so reliant on what a doctor says, because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. Because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing. Because the truth is always clear and a lie is confusing.